Hello, this is Don McCauley with the Free Publicity Focus Group. It goes without saying that marketing anything today is difficult, but this is especially true for books. The purpose of this very short presentation is to present the real truth about marketing books. This short video will provide some facts you'll need to know to successfully market a book in today's inbound marketing environment. If you're not experiencing success in regards to marketing your book, this video may reveal why. Today, over 70% of people state that the internet is not a choice, it's the only choice when it comes to doing research and making purchasing decisions. Over 70% of people. So let's start with some real-world book marketing facts. Imagine that you walk into a library, and this library contains over 400 million books. You walk up to the desk, get the attention of the librarian, and tell her you would like to look at the listings the library has for children's books. The librarian hands you 24,100,000 index cards. Of course, your first response would be to say that you could not possibly look at so many books, and so you ask the librarian to just show you what's important. So now the librarian, whose name is Mrs. Search Engine, decides what she feels is important and hands you 20 or 30 cards from this huge stack. At that point, the other 24 plus million simply disappear from your consciousness, from your sight. Now this may seem like an extreme example, but the numbers are correct in regards to marketing your book in an inbound environment. There are about 400 million websites and blogs on the internet. Searchers, not knowing a name or a title, will use a very generic search term like children's books. And if you type that phrase into the Google search engine today, you will get over 24 million hits. And almost no one ever goes beyond page 3 of search engine results. So what does this mean? Well, this means that 99.99999% of authors are virtually invisible to that 70% of the buying public they're trying to reach in this vast universe of sites and blogs on the internet. Your website, while always visible to you, is likely not visible to others unless someone already specifically knows your name or your book title and is searching specifically by that name or title. If you're not on one of those first 3 pages for that very generic search term the searchers are using, you're likely invisible to almost everyone. If you'd like to test this, go to a search engine and type in mystery novel or children's book or whatever your searchers might use and see how long it takes to find your own website. Of course, if you type in your own name or title, that's going to come up very quickly, but the shopper, not knowing your name or title, is most likely never going to do that. Amazingly, last year alone, around 1 million new ISBNs were issued, and some sources believe that around 800,000 of those titles were from self-published authors. Now, this does not include ebooks issued without an ISBN. If every book printed last year was only 1 inch thick, and all those books were put on a single shelf, that shelf would be over 15 miles long. And that's just last year. This does not include all of the books already out there. Another great illustration I've seen is that if all the authors who wrote a book last year were to stand in a line and hold hands, and you were to start at the beginning of that line and attempt to walk down that line, the line of authors would be over 1,000 miles long. And that's just the books written last year. Now I know you want to see one more. This is, of course, a football stadium, and imagine that everyone in this stadium is an author. The stadium holds 70,000 people, and you're just one of those authors. If we illustrate just the number of people who self-published last year, it looks like this. That's not quite 800,000 people, but it's close enough. Now, there are 2 very broad ways to market a book, in a professional manner or in an amateur way. The difference between professional marketing or amateur marketing can mean the difference between success or failure. It can mean the difference between being visible to the general public or being virtually invisible to that book buying public. Now, we all know that many great books fail miserably, and we also know that many terrible books are wildly successful. The difference usually lies in the marketing strategy used. Today, a lot of one-size-fits-all marketing ideas are used. This is the one sure road to failure. Many new authors, new to marketing, are told to get on Facebook or get on Twitter or start blogging. Everyone believes this will work, but that means everyone is doing it. All your competitors are doing it. Most of those 400 million site owners are doing it. But the question is, does this really sell books? In a recent survey conducted by Intellimon in conjunction with the University of Bradford, thousands of people who market in the inbound internet environment were surveyed as to what they felt produced real results. The marketing methods were ranked according to the real-world effectiveness. In this survey, Twitter ranked second from the bottom of the list. Only 27.2% of those surveyed considered it an effective marketing tool. Facebook ranked third from the bottom of the list. Only 29.3% of those surveyed considered it an effective marketing tool. So suffice it to say that many authors may spend a lot of time using methods that simply do not work well. And it is possible to be very busy but get very few results if you are busy doing things that do not work. So what came in dead last? Display advertising. In the old days, before the internet, advertising was pretty much it. Marketing was a yell and tell and sell strategy. We told people through advertising that a product existed and then did the best job we could to get them to buy that product. Normally, the return on this outbound strategy was 0.5%. This meant that if we told 1,000 people about that product, 5 might buy it. And believe it or not, this was considered by many to be a good rate of return. That's outbound marketing. But this does not work much at all in today's inbound internet environment. Studies show that over 90% of people who can skip advertising do skip advertising. We need only look at spam filters, pop-up blockers, and real-world commercial skipping technologies to see the truth in this. Now, it's far more important that people are able to find you when they search for you. Your book is but one among many hundreds of thousands, and you're competing with millions of others, many of whom are marketing professionals. So now we know what doesn't work, so what does work? A professional-level strategic marketing plan. This plan involves laser-sharp keyword effectiveness strategies, creating multiple client profiles, creating specific targeted messages directed to those client profiles, professional-level SEO strategies, rock-solid branding strategies to set you apart from the millions of competitors for your buyer's attention, positioning strategies, directed and specific calls to action for the visitors to your site, metrics tracking systems, and much more. Now, the first question most people ask at this point is, what does it cost to develop a professional marketing strategy? The answer? Usually less than the cost of a single newspaper ad, but you may not even have to invest that much. The Free Publicity Focus Group specializes in developing professional-level strategic marketing and publicity plans that can produce results. We can provide a free, no-cost, no-obligation marketing and publicity strategy analysis report. This report addresses 13 specific areas relevant to marketing and publicizing your book. You will receive a 16-page printable report that can give you rock-solid, no-nonsense ideas and strategies that can help you take your marketing efforts to the next level. It can help you create success in today's very noisy and overcrowded marketing environment. Amateur marketing methods may work, but it's not likely you'll ever achieve the results you hope for. And you've worked very hard in your book, and it would be a shame to see it become just another statistic. Professional marketing works, and that's the real truth. We invite you to visit www.freepublicitygroup.com. There you'll find a form that you can fill out to receive your no-cost, no-obligation strategy analysis.